Hello, welcome back, Boxsetter1 here, and welcome to another video. Today I will be reviewing this set, the Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator, and it's a pretty cool set. It's one of the 25th anniversary sets of both LEGO Star Wars and The Phantom Menace, and it has some nice figures, so let's get into those first. First of all, we do have small little Anakin, and he is a pretty nice figure. I actually have an older young Anakin, which I actually will compare him to right now. Here we go. I also switched around his head because he has a double-sided head as well. And this is the old one and the new one. Old one didn't really have, or I guess he does have the necklace, although it's less pronounced and a bit less detailed of a figure. I just thought I'd show him here. He's pretty cool. Anyway, you see the front. I think he has a little bit of back printing right there, some pouches. Pretty simple figure, pretty nice one though. Second, for the good guys, we have Qui-Gon Jinn. He's pretty cool. He has this little cloth piece. It's that very nice cloth. It's not the stiff cloth that they used to use. But he's pretty cool. The one thing I had with this is both the cloth for him and, as you'll see later, the cloth for Saw Gerrera came in the same little white box. And I nearly threw it out because of that. I thought it was... I missed one, and I nearly threw it out. So, one thing to be careful about if you ever get this set. They come in the same little box. Just remember that. But he also has some printing. And he's pretty cool. This is the first Qui-Gon Jinn I ever got. So, kind of interesting there. One thing about him, the tan on his legs is a bit too not opaque enough. So, it shows up a bit more white than it should. But other than that, it's a pretty good figure. I think that's a problem with basically all the Qui-Gon Jinns, but he's pretty nice, and he has the green lightsaber as well. On to the bad guys, we have Darth Maul, the only Sith in this set. Unfortunately, he does not have a cloak, nor can you really put a cloak on him, because there is no cloak in the set. Kind of unfortunate. I wish they would have at least had a cape on him, and like maybe a hood piece as an alternate, but pretty cool. He does have the little pupilless eyes, which, I don't know, they're not great, but also whenever they do print the pupils, they're always misaligned, and you can get some goofy-looking ones. But, overall, pretty good figure. Wish it had a cape, though. Also, has the cool double-sided lightsaber. Here we go for the final, I guess you wouldn't say figure, but figures that are main things in the set. We have this, or these three little probe droids that Darth Maul uses. I just thought they would kind of count as droid figures. And they're pretty simple. And then you get three of them here. On to the 25th anniversary figure, which isn't too important to the set, but is a pretty cool little inclusion here. It's Saw Gerrera, and he's very nice. He does have a cloth piece, something I do like, and it is, again, that nice, soft cloth. He uses this big chunky piece of armor, which was on Paz Vizsla. I think it was Paz Vizsla, the big blue Mandalorian guy. But I don't know if it came in I'm pretty sure it came in a couple sets before that as well, like on the Dark Troopers as well. But he's a pretty cool figure. I will show you the printing underneath the armor as well. Here you go. Now you can kind of a bit more clearly see what's underneath there, as well as there's some back printing as well. Kind of cool. And then he also has a alternate face print that says less angry, but still a bit annoyed. And then he's probably going to kill you face. Pretty nice. And of course, I might as well show off the stand. It has this little point where you can connect it to the other stands, which I'll show at the end of the video, but you can see that nice printed piece right there. Anyway, let's get on to the set, starting with the little bike and then going into the main Sith Infiltrator. The bike is pretty simple. It can seat one minifigure, which I will show, but very simple build, kind of nice, and it has those nice handlebars as well. And there you go with little Maul on top of it. Very small bike, pretty nice. And then, yeah, that's basically for the bike. Okay, now for the main attraction here. The Sith Infiltrator. And it's a pretty nice ship. It's very nice in terms of playability and look. It's definitely much sleeker than the other older designs, although this does make it a bit clunky up here, but even then, it looks really good. So let's get into the features and other things about it. It has 2 pieces of landing gear, or 2 on the front, and then it has this big fat thing right here, which basically acts as the back landing gear, and it can sit upright. These are not in like the normal, like Technic. I guess you wouldn't call them Technic. These are Technic, but the hinges that you could find on like the Pose X-Wing, if you remember, they're just, or I guess the feet are, but these are actually just on pins, which make them slightly easier to move, but also they fall out a lot easier. That's one thing. And then let's actually get into something a bit more interesting. Up here, you can open up this hatch and grab your 3 probe droids, and you can dump them in like that. And then you can close that. Now you can use that as storage, or if you go on this side, not this one, this button, you press on this little red thing, and this door will open. I think, right? Is this the right thing? Maybe. Let me see this. You just push on this. Right? Ooh. No, you push this way. There we go. And then you can try and get the probe droids out. Pushing the wrong way there. That's why it didn't open. And that's just done by a little plate here that's under tension from this, pushing against it. And because of that, you can easily open that, and you can also just close it right back up easily. Pretty cool. I'm just gonna try and find the third one. I don't know where that went. Right under there. Put them right back in. Then I'll continue on. There we go. Oop, crunched them in there. There we go. Very nice. And the design of the ship is pretty cool, as I said. Use some interesting pieces like this little arm here. It's very nice. Some other things like that gunmetal gray ingot, as I call it. I don't know the actual name. That's just what I've called them. On the back, these wings can move. I'll show you all of them folded up in a little while, but you can actually open this in 4 parts, and you can get the inside or interior in there. And the cool thing about this, you don't even need to take Maul off his speeder bike to have him ride up and sit in there. It's actually made so you can fit both the speeder bike and him, and if you disassemble his lightsaber a bit, you can actually fit it in there on those little clips. You can use the control panel to operate his ship, and you can close it back up pretty nicely, and it is very nice looking once it actually closes. Now this, as I said, these wings can open up like this, and they're actually on those, what do you call them? The things that I was talking about with the landing gear they should be on, those little slightly higher tension, I'd call them hinges, like that. This is crooked, which it shouldn't be, but yeah, and then they can stay up pretty good, even without the landing gear. I retract my statement. I definitely retract my statement. But they do fit up pretty nicely, and it does look pretty menacing. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. Spring-loaded shooters. This is what this button's for. Right? Maybe? Is this what the button's for? Maybe not. Is it this? How do you fire the spring-loaded shooters? Is it just... Now I'm gonna have to look. I looked on the box. It is these. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't pressing hard enough. There we go. Oh, they flew far, actually. Yeah, pretty cool. They have the little light green spring-loaded shooters here as well. Anyway, I guess it is time to get on to my opinion. I'll show you Saw Gerrera and the others attached at the end, but yeah, my opinion on this set is that it's a pretty cool set. It does come with only those 3 main minifigures, and also Saw Gerrera, which the other ones I've seen in the past, not the 2007 one, it only came with Maul, but they came with a couple more figures like Padme Amidala or something. Maybe that's one thing about it that's a bit odd. It only comes with those, but overall, in terms of figures, they're pretty good. They are scene accurate, they look nice, except for Qui-Gon's legs are a bit goofy, but the cloth pieces are here, so I'm happy about that, and the ship looks really good. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty good set. Has some interesting little play features as well, and yeah, basically it. Let's show you the Saw Gerrera and the others. Here we go. These are the ones I do have. The 5s, which is probably my favorite. 9-Nub, and then Saw Gerrera. I like 5s. His pauldron's a bit goofy, but he's a pretty cool figure in general. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.